Welcome everybody. I came by Rubey. I'm gonna grab my little notebook here today. Small little tiny one here. Usually I had the box of envelopes. I would write on anything I find because when you have that inspirational thought or idea, jot it down. Whatever you think about, you wake up from a dream or you have a symbol or some type of idea or thought, jot it down quickly. Make it a point to remember it. Jot it down because look what you could achieve. Just like what I'm doing here. Get out that wisdom and knowledge to everybody out there. Remember, it is not a one-way street, but two ways. You give knowledge, I give some. We want to pass it on and uplift each other. Let's get into the topic at hand. Do I know it? No. I have some certain idea and topic that I want to hit today. Do I have a description? Absolutely not. But guess what? We're going to hit this video. We're going to talk about what it is. By the time I put it out, in that description and title will be there like magic, huh? So today what we're going to talk about is great. Vibrations, and frequencies. So I'm ready to get into this. Why I say vibrations over and over is to get myself going into that thought mode and process of just seeing the waves, the vibrations. That energy, that wave, that pattern that's within us and around us all over. It's like you're in wherever you're from, unless you live really out in the country or out in the wilderness. But for this example, for our sake, we're going to say you live in a city and you have that grid. Now, if you're connected into that grid, you have what? That power. You have the power to do what it is that you might want to do within your house. With the electric, you can do many things. You could see, you could plug in your items, you could use power tools. It goes on and on and on what you can achieve when you're connected to the grid. Now, I love a lot of these new movies that come out now. Like we had one that was just prior was Tron. Oh, that was a good movie. I liked it. And the remake of it and the one that they had, forgive me, I don't know the actors and stuff. Can't remember closely. But a good thing to it was they talked about the grid and the creator who created it, right? Just like us, there is some grand, if you don't believe anything, there's something grand out there. How all of this seems interconnected. How is it? How can we pass on information, knowledge to each other? Whether we are awake or closed or meditating or thinking or daydreaming. How is it that this is all interconnected? Might be to me, and it just came to me right now while speaking to you, maybe the grid. There is a grid that if you know how to connect into it, they even say that there's some that are the ley lines or whatever you want to call them. The lines of which energy, or there's just a hot spot within certain areas of our world. And if you imagine, if you know how they do say some historical sites or monuments are built on them. Why? What was the reasoning behind this? Good question to ask, and I would definitely do some homework and research into that. A lot of the historical sites, why are they where they are? It's for a reason and a purpose, because there's something about that grid and how it falls on there, on the planetary system and everything within it. But before we don't want to go off too much on topic, let's jump into vibration. A person's emotional state, the atmosphere of a place, or the associations of an object as communicated to and felt by others. So imagine this. There's a good definition of vibrations that stood out to me. I looked it up and I like within the vibration, it talks about your emotional state, the atmosphere of what? That's around you. Then you also have associations of an object communicating to and felt by others. You have all this going on. So if you think about it in the form of the grid, information passing back and forth, you're getting, I'm receiving, I'm putting out. Now, if I'm not connected to that grid, don't understand the grid, don't understand how frequencies and vibrations work with energy and sound and what you can put out. That's why a lot of spiritual teachers, including myself, whoever it may be, always talks about watch what you put out because you get it back. And if you break it down to a scientific level, Like I was looking up earlier today, electric magnetic waves. I was also looking electromagnetism. Um, so much stuff. If you look up that, just look up that alone, electric magnetic waves. That alone will blow your mind. And I don't want to go too deep into it because then it gets really scientific when you start breaking stuff down. But an overall view of it, and in spiritually, you should always look at everything in a vibrational wave or frequency or a pattern. So frequency, the rate of which something occurs or is repeated over a particular period of time. So you have the rate at which something occurs, that frequency, the vibration, right? The up and down pattern and movement or whatever you want to call it, occurs repeated over a particular period of time. So frequency, vibration, everything's going hand in hand. And you also know that within the magnetic field of the earth, think about how it works. It comes up, like I said in an older past video, I had up to the middle, comes out around, and it's all around us. A lot of people may ask, well, where is this grid? How come I can't see it? It's there. It's there. It's just like, for example, you may not know how the internet works, but you know you can click on any button and get on any website and boom, you're there. How does it really work? What is it? That wire that comes into your computer, what is it? The zeros and ones, the programming. How does it work? How does Wi-Fi work? You don't see it, but you know it's there and it works. The same thing with this. Vibrational frequencies, everything you put out, you don't see it, but you got to know it works. That's up to you now. Believing or not believing is half the battle, and that delves into manifestation. Now you see how it starts rolling? One goes into another, goes into another, goes into another. If you develop skills within all of these areas and within your life, implementing them, your vibrational frequency will be at a very in tune, harmonic balance within yourself. Meaning that you can go into any type of atmosphere, like we had in the vibration definition, any place where there's objects or associations or things being communicated by others through their vibrational frequency in the atmosphere in which you're in. Look at this now. Think about this clue. When you get in balance with your frequency and your vibration, you will be able to go into any place that may not be of a good vibration or frequency or balance because of the people, places, or association of objects where you may be, things that may not you agree with, but you will be in such a harmony that you'll be able to offset that vibrational frequency. It will bounce back off. Anybody that's trying to put forth something that is not good towards you will hit them back probably twice as hard, right? If you think about it, think about how magnets work. If they're in harmony, they will attract each other. If they're not, they will repel each other. And use that as an example within the association or where you're at with the vibrational frequency that you're not vibing with. You'll be able to repel it, just like the magnet. If it's inviting, you'll be able to attract it, just like the magnet. That's what we were saying earlier, the electromagnetism and electromagnetic wave. So look into all these things. A lot of people, we don't. We go about our daily lives and we say, all right, spirituality or meditation or getting one with yourself or mind, body, and spirit. There's also a science behind it. And I believe, I don't know why, but now it's becoming more extreme where science and spirituality, you're starting to see that they're pretty close together. And imagine now you intertwining the both and on top of that, putting your spiritual faith. Wow, that's something that's pretty different. You don't hear too much about that. A lot of times these things, I believe, are like esoteric wisdom or knowledge that was passed on or could have been through all religious faiths. But why give out knowledge that could empower people if you could hold it within yourself and raise only a certain small group? Imagine that. Could there have been it? No, I don't know. But I'm like a philosopher. I always said that I like to bring up all type of debates just to get your mind going. So remember, you have your vibrations, you have your frequency. I told you, do a little homework, look up anything to do with electric magnetism or electric magnetic waves. so you can see the different things and how they interact and work with each other. Also, look back into the channel. I came by Rubey right here. I got a lot of stuff on energy, sound, matter, synopsis I did of the three vibrations. I don't know, I might have some in there, older ones. And this I just wanted to get out because you hear a lot about this now. And people may really ask, do vibrational within yourself or frequencies really work? And can you affect people around you, uplift them, and help them? Absolutely. But also be careful, because just as spiritual people want to help each other and know this information, there may be people that know the same information but not using it for good, but instead to manipulate people to do their doings or get what they want out of life. So always watch yourself. Take care, everyone. I came by Rubey. And by the way, thanks for all the love. It's getting great out here. I'm loving it. Keep sending it. And all the new subscribers and everything, many blessings. Take care.